Hey guys, I'm Nick. Welcome back to Sci-Fanatics. Well, today we're talking about the 7th episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds entitled The Serene Squall. This is the episode where we've got a bunch of pirates. We've got some Orion pirates, some other alien species there as part of the Orion's crew, taking over the Enterprise, it would seem. We've got a trailer to look at. We've got some photos to look at for this week's episode. We're going to go through that and see what we can learn about what we've got in store for us in Strange New Worlds this week. This episode seems like it's a bit of a hark back to those original series episodes we used to get. Some invading force would take over the Enterprise. It seemed to happen on a fairly regular occasion on original series. We had bunches of children taking over the Enterprise. We had Klingons taking over the Enterprise. Augments in the form of Khan and his crew. Everybody was always taking over the Enterprise. The security on the Enterprise under Kirk seemed really, really lax. They didn't have a security chief, and it seemed like children or Klingons or whoever happened to be on board the ship. And it seems like we're getting a bit of a hark back to that type of storytelling in Strange New Worlds this week with the Orion pirates taking over the Enterprise. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Sci-Fanatics yet, please don't be scared to click on that big red button to stay up to date and current with all the latest Star Trek news on YouTube. Let's take a look at the trailer, see what we're in for, and then we'll take a look at some of the photos for this week's episode of Strange New Worlds, The Serene Squall. Let's take a look.
This sector is the Quadrant's version of the Wild Wild West.
These pirates are outsiders. It's best to steer clear.
Looks like a net made of lasers.
Recommend we do not cross one of the beams. What happens if we do?
Kaboom.
That does not sound good.
I don't like this.
Hold your fire!
Battle station!
We've taken your ship. Caged your crew. I asked for codes to undo the lockdown.
So we'll discuss it over dinner.
So for starters, it appears like we've got a new liaison on board the Enterprise this week in the form of this new character called Dr. Aspen. And it has been confirmed that this character is a non-binary character. So they've come on board the Enterprise this week to, I'm guessing, liaise with the crew about the activities of the Orion space pirates that is going on in this particular sector of space that the Enterprise is currently in, and how they're going to deal with them. And it appears that Pike is putting on one of his famous soirees, his dinner parties that he tends to put on in his quarters for some of his senior staff and so forth. And it looks like he's invited Dr. Aspen along to one of these famous gatherings in his quarters. It also appears like Pike is breaking the Starfleet rule. Maybe it wasn't established back in original series time, but certainly Next Generation time, where the captain isn't really supposed to go on away missions, and it appears that Pike's heading up this away mission with La'an, and they're beaming down to a planet where these space pirates are probably operating. Good to see that our away mission members are wearing these tactical outfits. I wonder how they're going to explain the fact that they wore all these tactical gear for away missions in Pike's Enterprise, but then when it came to Kirk's Enterprise, they got rid of them for some reason. I think the families of all those red shirts that died from being stabbed by poisonous flowers might have something to say about that. And clearly Pike gets himself captured at one point during this away mission, where we've got what I'm guessing is the leader of the Orion pirates, Remy, there on the right of frame, and he's being worked over by another alien henchman there. Another shot of Remy, the I'm guessing leader of the space pirates, looking very relaxed, sitting on his big metal desk there with the feet up. And maybe he's going to be kicking in with some torture here on Pike's, and it looks like he's got a bowl of salt or something here in his hand. Maybe he's going to rub some salt into a wound or something to that effect. I'm not sure whether he looks like he's of the most highest intelligence, this Orion. I think it was the women in the Orions that had all the smarts and brains, and the men were just a bit of the muscle. So it'll be interesting to see what this character is like. This guy's obviously Remy's henchman. Don't recognise the alien race from this guy. He's sort of got a reptilian look about him. It seems odd we're introducing a lot of different aliens in Strange New Worlds. Surely we should be seeing some of the regulars, like a Nausicaan perhaps, rather than introducing bucket loads of new ones. We've got Dr. Aspen here and Spock in sickbay. Spock looks like he's holding a hypo spray. Maybe they're trying to come up with some sort of plan to incapacitate or deal with the pirates that have boarded and taken over the ship. Dr. Aspen looks like there'll be a very interesting character. Wonder what planet they're from. And we've got Nurse Chapel here in sickbay. She's obviously part of the plan as well, probably developing some sort of gas they can, flood throughout the ship to knock everybody out or something to that effect. going through a case of some sort of vaccine supplies here on a table there in sickbay. And here we've got, in the next shots, we've got Spock and Dr. Aspen taking up arms. They're in a corridor on the Enterprise. Spock's holding one of the pirate phaser rifles or disruptor rifles or whatever he's got his hands on there. And they're obviously looking to retake the ship in some capacity as best they can. So we might be getting quite an exciting phaser fight in this particular episode, which we haven't really had up to this point before in this season so far. Looks like we've got Chapel and Spock in engineering. Nowhere is to be found our chief engineer, Hemmer. I don't know where he is. He's been a bit absent in the last few episodes. But we've got Chapel here on a console in engineering, working on some plan, no doubt, to take the ship. I'm a bit surprised we haven't seen any Hemmer shots, because poor guy, he's a good character. I like him, and he's nowhere to be found. He's probably the character with the least amount of screen time we've seen so far. Again, we've got Spock here in engineering, working on a plan, and another shot of Chapel here at an engineering console as well. Well, it certainly looks like an interesting episode. We had some stuff with Orion pirates back in Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise, I think. I'm not sure whether these guys are meant to be all Orion pirates or a crew of just general sort of space pirates headed up by an Orion. But it looks like it could be an interesting episode, and certainly a throwback to many original series episodes where the Enterprise happened to be taken over on a fairly regular basis. Guys, if you can, please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this week's episode, whether you're looking forward to it or not. And leave a super thanks if you're able to. It really helps the channel out. Much appreciated. There's 20% off in the merch store for another one day. Today is the very last day you can take advantage of the 20% off everything in the merch store. So please be sure to check that out. Link is in the description. And I will be back very soon with my next video. I'll catch you guys soon.